Episode 44 of Generic Millennial Programming. Can you buy yourself out of the matrix? Do you honestly believe that if you make and amass enough money and assets that you can fly off to Mars with Elon Musk and buy yourself out of this matrix, out of this simulation that we live in? Well, think again, because you don't own anything. You don't have anything, really. Because none of these things that we fight for can help us on the other side. But the only thing that can help us while we're here is the very thing that we seem to run away from. Isn't it funny how we always preach about loving your neighbor as you love yourself, and then we go outside and walk over the man on the street with nothing? We call him lazy because he has 2 hands, he has 2 feet. Why isn't he working? Well, gee, I don't know. Maybe it's because of this capitalist system we live in, where you can have a job, but because it's too expensive to pay you, we are going to move it to a third world country. So now you are out of a job, and now you are homeless. And that's your fault. It's your fault that you built a corporation that you had no shares in. It's your fault. It's your fault that you invested your money in government-backed bonds, and then in the economic crash of 2008, you lost everything. And then the banks got bailed out by the government, but you're still on the streets. That's your fault. You're lazy. That's the world we live in. That is dangerous. That is scary. That is inhumane. There is no reason for anyone on this earth to go to bed hungry. No reason. We are not creating in order to make money. We are creating to survive. That's what we are creating for. But the capitalists are creating to make profit. Is profit going to help you survive? Now, it might help you individually, but who are you going to populate your new colony on Mars with when there's no one left? Oh wait, I forgot. It's because only a certain select few can go. Those with capital. And they didn't work for that capital, because little Mary, little Caesar's daddy got a company, and little Mary and little Caesar, they inherited daddy's shares, and now little Mary and little Caesar get free money for nothing. And they get to go to Mars, and we stay here. And then they say capitalism is about hard work when they didn't lift a finger to build anything. We would not be here in this conversation if it wasn't for the many hardworking children in Eastern countries who made this technology for us to even have the gall to stand here and talk about human rights. And the point is not to be superior. The point is to be just. Because justice is. That's it. Justice is. But the capitalists think justice is not. And that's why we have been tied up in this government knot, our hands bound like those who came before us, except we aren't on the plantations. We're in digital plantations. We're in call centers. We're in supermarkets. We're in fast food restaurants. Doing what? Adding what value to the world? Helping some overweight person get more overweight in less time because it's quicker to buy it from there than to go make it at home, or to go and help your neighbor who wants to make some food instead of going and giving your money to other people. And then you have the nerve, South Africa, to complain about crime and blame a certain race of people. Meanwhile, you are the very people creating that crime because you are the criminals. You are original criminal. What do you expect was going to happen? You can't keep putting mud into a baking sheet and thinking it's going to come out as brownies, and then get mad that it came out as burnt mud. It's poisonous and it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna damage your health. Ooh, I need to go to another country. Disgusting. And then you want to go and hire us at your little fake internships where you steal money from the government and you make us work like dogs and then tell us we should be grateful. You are a criminal. And we are done with you. Enough. Now I know my generation is angry, super angry, but we cannot get violent because that is what they want. They want to control us. And we cannot get violent, okay? We have to use our minds. We have to use evolution. Because we can vote, we can stop this, we can win back our rights by just using our choice, our mind. Please, just don't give in, please. It's just not supposed to be like this. Our ancestors are crying wherever they are because the war is still going on. There still isn't a cohesive community. And it's not right. This isn't the reason we were born. We weren't born to be slaves. We were born to express our own unique voice inside of us and to be who we choose to be, because we humans are special. We actually have choice. We don't know where we came from, but we can do things. We can imagine. We can build great things. Yes, we can create technology to go to Mars. We can do all of these wonderful things, but why are we leaving so many people behind? Why do so many people have to suffer? Because you have decided to fetishize your products and you don't want to think about where they come from. You want to think that this smartphone is just a device, that it's not linked to some child in Asia who's being abused. And you are facilitating that gangster activity. Now wake up! And stop judging actual gangsters and thinking you're better than them when you just like them. I cannot stand that double standard, that hypocrisy. And I know you can't stand it either. And you don't know what to do. I know you don't, but at least you can vote. Don't buy into it anymore. There are hundreds of people, millions, online, who are starting their own companies. Support them for a change, because then they won't have to start cooking meth, which is going to create criminals that are going to come in and abuse you or even end you. Because guess what? Those multinational corporations that you give your money to, that money's not in your country. It's in tax havens. It's in Liechtenstein. It's in Switzerland. It's in the Cayman Islands. But the crime is on your back door. So people of South Africa, please, black, white, Indian, colored, everybody, we all don't have money. We all need the money, regardless of this color. So come together, stop fighting and watching TV that's telling you what's going on when you know in your backyard what the real problem is. And just be kind. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to subscribe 99 Rand a month. Just be kind. Because too many people died and they prayed for us to have better lives than them, and wasting it is not on. So if you think that money can buy you out of this matrix, think again, because this matrix will eat you alive and we'll be there to watch you, because only you can save yourself.